Hello.
I don't care about the personality. That's just the show, you don't put that in there.
One man and his dog did an interview.
You'd want to be the fastest man on the earth as well, wouldn't you? Maybe want to be the fastest man on the planet. That could be a good one. Take on Usain Bolt. It's a pondering question. Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable? Most people are proud of it. I mean, the thing that people most talk about is probably the Out of the Blue remix, which I actually did in 2006 when I was still there, sort of trying to learn my trade and apply my skills and whatnot. And that's generally the one that most people always talk to me about in clubs, and oh, Out of the Blue remix, this, that and the other. So for that sort of starting off period, I will probably say the System F Out of the Blue remix, and because there was always a sort of a shortage of a massively sort of epic remix, that for me is probably still one of the ones that ranks up there on the remix side of things. Original wise, probably Unbreakable, the track that I did with Mickey. Now I know it's not obviously the sort of signature sound that people know me for, but just the way the track came together in his studio when we was working on it, and the overall analogue vibe and whatnot that we got from the tune once it was finished. And it was a step outside of the box from the normal AK sound, so that was something that I was quite sort of proud of, and I think it's a really good tune. You know, I'm really proud of that one. So that's probably for me the two, remix and original wise, those two at this point in time. So. In the past, I used to, yeah, I was from the period of sort of stopping playing rugby and getting into my weight training and stuff. I was really sort of quite strict and full on with going to the gym and whatnot. But these days, I'm too busy in the studio and doing other bits and bobs. I just don't find the time to have anything too structured. I know most people probably think he doesn't look like that, or you know, he must be in the gym all the time, but really these days it's maybe 2 or 3 times a week with the schedule and whatnot that I've got in here. This is more important than me to go into the gym, so it's on the back burner. But as far as my diet goes and as far as training, it's pretty much as and when and what I choose to do at the time, rather than being quite regimented and on a regime, so to speak. I think it'll probably have to be the monitors. You know, if you don't have your monitors, then you're at a real sort of dead end as to getting your sound right. And I say to anyone starting out, really, it's good to have good equipment. Obviously, I'm sitting here with all sorts of bits and bobs around me, but the monitors is really the main focal point. You need to have a good reference. If you haven't got a good reference, then you're going to struggle to get a good sound. And being a producer, it's all about getting a good sound. If you haven't got a good sound, then no one's going to take any notice of you. So on the hardware side of things, you've got to invest in good speakers. Software side of things, I use all sorts of stuff really. From Audition to Cubase to Reason. I would probably have to say Reason. It's so fast, it's such a fast sort of sketch pad for ideas. There's nothing else like it, and still even to this day it's a valuable piece of my armoury. So I wouldn't move away from that. Obviously, other than the partner that I'm with at the moment, Sarah, who is my ideal woman, in terms of look, or just, I've always said someone like sort of Natalie Portman or Megan Fox, you know, sort of classic, nice dark hair, dark looks. Yeah, probably Natalie Portman. I don't care about the personality. That's a tough one, really. I mean, personally, I've always tried to focus on stuff that I'm good at, and I was always good at playing sports. So if I wasn't pursuing music, then it would probably be sports in some sort of professional manner, if possible. That is a really good question. I would have to say, for the consistency that Man United have shown over the years since I've supported them since a boy, you're quite used to winning titles, we're quite used to winning other things, Champions League a couple of times, but I've been waiting what feels like a lifetime for the All Blacks to win the World Cup, so the All Blacks definitely winning the World Cup is the one for me that I've been waiting for, and thankfully we got that there the other week, so that's great. Eddie Murphy. I don't know. That's a really tough question. Probably Matt Damon, someone like that. Yeah. Is it Matt Damon that does the Bourne Supremacy? Bourne movies, yeah. Probably Matt Damon. Good actor, always his classy roles. Yeah, I just think he probably would be suited to doing something along the lines of. I don't know. That's a tough question. I don't want to say strongest because that would be boring. Strongest man. That would be obvious as well. You want to be the strongest man. Bring love, peace, and happiness to everyone in the world. What was that movie where you could have anything you wanted? Was it Robert De Niro or something? They give you the power, don't they? And you can make anything happen. I think if it's to have a superpower, I want the superpower to have the ability to make anything happen. Have the ability to make anything happen, I believe. On that is I've been given lots of pieces of advice along the way. Obviously sometimes the advice that's given to you isn't always the right advice. I especially say within this industry there's a lot of bullshit, there's a lot of crap, and it's always best to let your talent do the talking. I think if you're serious about going places in the music industry, in the long run your talent will shine through. And although these days you've got to be a lot more than just talented to be successful, there's a lot more other things involved than just being talented these days. So I think it's just be yourself. Don't try and be somebody that you're not. And in the end, your talent will do the talking. Don't lick ass. Don't do all the things that a million other DJs are doing, or producers. Just be yourself. Don't follow the trend. I tend to find these days that people are very trend orientated. People want to do the next thing. People want to be the next cool sound coming out, this, that, and the other. I think if you're just yourself, and you've got what you like, and you stay consistent with that, and stick to your guns, and then the talent will shine through and people take notice. And that's been told to me by many people in the past. No specific names and advice that people have given me, it's just experience, I suppose, along the way. Yeah. Yeah. The world was to end tomorrow. For me, it's always been Main Marine Gatecrasher. Peak time, peak everything. and that would be the main thing for me. As I was coming up as a kid, listening to all the CDs and even all the stuff before Gatecrasher, but when the Gatecrasher CDs came along, they really changed my life. Getting Gatecrasher Black, Gatecrasher Red, seeing all the stuff online about the club events and going to events in New Zealand and then coming back here and going to my first Crasher event, having my Out the Blue remix played at Gatecrasher, the first ever event that I went to by JFK. I think for me it's always been about Gatecrasher, and playing the peak time set at the home club that Gatecrasher would have at the time would probably be the last gig on earth that I want to play, just for that true sort of banging Crasher sound.